Hi guys and gals, Froggy here. One of the guys on the Corvette forum was asking for a picture or video or an install of camber kits in general. This is a FOT, P-F-A-D-T kit. They're not in business anymore, but I like the kit a lot. Anyway, I thought this is not going to be a complete video like I usually do on an install because it's already installed, but I'm going to describe it a little bit just for the guy who wanted some more information and for anybody in general who wants to understand what these camber kits are. This one's on the rear. This is a C5 Corvette, and that's the rear lower control arm, A-arm. Okay? Camber, negative camber in particular, is controlled in the rear just from the movement of this one leading edge of the lower control arm. Here on an original equipment car is a bolt that has an eccentric on it, so it's like a bolt with an offset washer that's attached to the head of the bolt, so that as you twist it, the bolt moves this way. You're just going to have to picture that. I hope I'm describing that well. Just think of an offset washer on here. As you turn it, that fat part of the washer moves from here down to here, up to here, over to there, all the way. So it's moving this bolt, not this one, but the original equipment bolt, in and out. There's a slot on the subframe on the other side of where my finger is, so it's moving it in and out, and moving that whole front part of the lower control arm in and out, and that's going to give you the camber, the negative camber, positive camber on the back. Now I've got my tire off. This is the rotor here, but you have to kind of picture that going in and out, the top of the wheel going in and out. So this is the rear. Now the kit is this plate and a new bolt. The plate, it's actually a set of plates usually. This one I think for the rear had about 5 plates, and they also were nice enough to put little notches in here to tell you, to help you figure out which plate you're using. Now the different plates have a hole drilled in different places in here, so imagine a hole here, 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 here. They're all on different plates. And the other thing is, this is important, it's not just this plate, there's another plate on the other side here where my hand is. I can feel it right there. So it's 2 plates. So it's moving that bolt this way or this way evenly on the subframe with 2 plates, front and rear plates. Okay? So that's pretty much what a camber kit is. Now, the tricky part of installing these is once you, on the rear, and I'm just talking about the rear now, the front, I'll talk a little bit about the front, but it's a little different setup. Well, it's a lot different setup. But once you pull the original equipment bolt, you're going to lose the alignment of the front part of the lower control arm to the subframe. It's not just going to stay there. So you're going to have to pry here, or pry over there, or jack under it somehow or another. You're going to have to really force this arm around to get it lined up again, to get the new bolt through there. And in the meanwhile, you're trying to hold this plate in place on both sides. So it's a bit of a tricky deal to get it on, but it's possible to do it without taking apart the rest of the corner. I've done it a few times. You just have to be good with a little pry bar and a little bottle jack, and think about what you're doing to get this lined up. Think about which way you need to move this to get that bolt to go right through. Don't ever force it because you'll bugger up the threads if you try to force it through. It has to slide through by hand. Now, having said all that, in the front, on the lower control arm, you've got plates on both parts of the lower control arm in the front. And other than that, it's pretty much the same thing, except that on the top of the front, you also have the upper control arm has some shims that you can use to shim in and out the top and adjust your negative camber that way. What most guys do is on the front is they put this as far negative as the kit will allow and then do all the adjustment up at the top. Usually you take the original bolts out and you put a stud kit in, and the stud kit just makes it easier to get the upper control arm back on there. But now I'm talking about the front, so don't get yourself confused. We're looking at the back, but I'm talking about the front. My car isn't jacked up in the front now, so I just can't show it to you. I'll do another video next time I've got the front jacked up and explain it a little better. But anyway, for the guy on the forum, here's a picture of it and a brief description of how it works. And they get a lot of money for these things, and they're really just a little piece of aluminum with a hole drilled in different places. So that's my editorial comment on the prices of these camber plate kits. But anyway, I got this one from a company that went out of business, but I like it a lot, and I'll be taking it off when I sell the car, and then I'll pass it along to somebody else who wants to put it on a C5 Z06 or a regular C5. It doesn't have to be a Z06. Anyway, that's what Froggy's got to you on camber plates. Okay? If this helps you out, give you a thumbs up or a like. If you want more from Froggy, subscribe to my channel. It's free. Froggy out. See you later, guys and gals. Bye-bye.